Hello, my name is Jonathan Soul, and welcome to the Kendall Train, a video series covering the genealogy of my grandparents. Today, we profile Edith Pearl Schilling, the mother of my grandfather, Charles Schilling, and the wife of Landy Haven Kendall. It will be a shorter video because I don't have that information about Edith Pearl. She did die young. But one of the reasons I'm doing this episodes, maybe to tweak my cousins on the Kendall side to see if they have information about Edith Pearl, photos, anything like that. Well, what do you think? Hop on board. Edith Pearl Schilling. I just wish I knew more about you. So this will be a shorter video, but we will go ahead and cover Edith Pearl and her parents, William Schilling, and her mother, Ella May Decker. So let's take a look at the family tree here. Her parents would be born in 1857. William, her father, would be born in Indiana and die in Indiana. And Ella May, her mother, was born in Missouri, and her family would make its way to Indiana, where she would meet William and they would marry. You can also see that there is potential information about Edith Pearl's grandparents, and maybe there's an enthusiastic researcher that would like to follow up on that. I'm not going to. I would like to share this, though, and this information comes from Find a Grave, which for genealogy has just become a really wonderful resource of information. So Edith Pearl was one of 8 children, and I like to imagine a big gregarious family doing lots of fun things. So Edith Pearl and Landy Haven would meet, fall in love, and get married on May 4th, 1904. My grandfather, Charles Schilling, would be born in 1905. It would be 6 years later that Helen was born, and William, my grandfather's younger brother, was born in 1917. I will say that doing research on newspapers.com, there were several different short blurbs referencing Mrs. L.H. Kendall and her activities with circles and other activities in support of her husband as minister and as a minister's wife. Edith Pearl would fall ill when she was 48 and be ill for several months before she passed away. Here is her death announcement, as well as her obituary. Also included is the stone that she has. As mentioned earlier, Edith Pearl would pass away nearly 30 years before Landy Haven, and yet they would still share the same gravestone. I can't read the bottom line, but I did a quick search, and on her stone it is inscribed, "I thank my God upon every remembrance of thee," from the letter to the Philippians. Edith Pearl, I wish I knew more about you. I wish I knew what your personality was like. I'm sure it was fun-loving, nurturing, wise. With Landy Haven, you created a household that would allow my grandfather, Charles Schilling Kendall, to become the Methodist minister, and amazing man that he was. So another call to my cousins, if you happen to have photos of Edith Pearl or know stories about her, to help shed light on this amazing person. That would be great. Okay, until then, this is the Kendall Train. See you next time.
Away down yonder in the state of Arkansas, where my great-grandpa met my great-grandma. drink apple cider and they get on a jag and they dance all night to the Salty Dog Rag. They play an old fiddle like you never heard before. They play the only tune that they ever did know. It's a ragtime ditty and the rhythm don't drag. Now here's the way you dance to the Salty Dog Rag.